Take Highway 30 west out of Shreveport, Louisiana, and when you reach Highway 82, head west for about 12 miles. You will arrive in a small town in northeast Texas called O'Donnell, the birthplace of Dan Blocker, who is widely recognized as Hoss Cartwright from the television series Bonanza. Blocker was born on December 10, 1928, and his early life in this town shaped his character and future career. Growing up in a close-knit community, he developed a strong sense of values and work ethic. His journey from this small town to becoming a beloved television star is marked by his dedication to acting and his larger-than-life personality. Blocker's physical presence and warm demeanor made him a perfect fit for the role of Hoss, capturing the hearts of viewers across the nation. His legacy continues to resonate, reflecting the charm and simplicity of his roots in Texas. In a small town called DeKalb, Texas, Dan Blocker was born on December 10, 1928. This quiet place in northeast Texas played a crucial role in shaping his life and career. Growing up in DeKalb, Dan's family laid down their roots, and the values he learned there influenced him throughout his life. The town's rural setting provided a backdrop that would always be significant to him. As he grew, Dan developed into a larger-than-life figure, both in stature and personality. His journey took him from the simplicity of DeKalb to the bright lights of Hollywood, where he became famous for his role as Hoss Cartwright on the beloved television series Bonanza. Despite his success, the essence of his humble beginnings in DeKalb remained with him. The memories of his childhood and the lessons learned in that small town were always part of who he was, reminding him of the importance of family and community. DeKalb, with its quiet charm, will forever be linked to Dan Blocker's legacy. After the loss of her husband, Mary Blocker faced immense challenges as a single mother. She devoted herself to raising her son Dan, who would later become a well-known actor. During Dan's rise in Hollywood, Mary moved to California to support him, sharing in the excitement of his career. However, the bond to her roots in Texas remained strong. The memories of her life in DeKalb, where she had built a family and community, called her back. Following Dan's untimely death, the pull of her hometown became even more significant. Seeking comfort in familiar places, Mary returned to DeKalb, hoping to find peace in the surroundings that had once brought her joy. Unfortunately, her health began to decline, prompting Dan's wife, Dolphia, to bring her back to California. There, Mary spent her final years, surrounded by family, reflecting on a life filled with both love and loss. The journey of Mary Blocker illustrates the deep connections we have to our homes and the enduring strength of family ties. At birth, Dan Blocker made history as the largest baby born in Bowie County, Texas, weighing an astonishing 14 pounds. This unique birth weight set the stage for his future as a physically imposing figure. His size would become one of his defining characteristics throughout his life, as he continued to grow at an extraordinary rate. By adulthood, Dan stood over 6 feet tall, reaching approximately 6'3" or 6'4", and weighed around 300 pounds. His considerable size became a point of pride in his hometown, and it was often remarked upon by those who knew him. Dan's physical presence was matched by his larger-than-life persona, both on and off the screen. He was known for his warm personality and strong work ethic, which endeared him to many. His size not only made him a standout in his community, but also helped him secure roles in television and film, where he often played characters that matched his imposing stature. This combination of physicality and charm contributed to his lasting legacy in the entertainment industry. The Blocker family's strong ties to DeKalb, Texas, were further solidified when their home became the final resting place for several members of the Blocker family. Dan Blocker, known for his role as Hoss Cartwright on the television show Bonanza, was laid to rest in DeKalb after his passing. Alongside him, his mother, father, and sister, Virginia, also found their final resting place there. Virginia, Dan's younger sister, tragically died at the age of 11 when Dan was only 5 years old. This early family loss had a profound impact on Dan, shaping his character and influencing his life choices. He carried the memory of his sister throughout his life, often reflecting on the bond they shared. The burial site became a place of reflection for the family, allowing them to honor their loved ones. DeKalb now serves as a symbol of the Blockers' legacy in Texas, representing their deep roots and the enduring connections that bind families together even after death. The significance of this site extends beyond mere geography. It embodies the love and memories that continue to resonate within the Blocker family. When Dan was just 6 years old, his family moved from DeKalb to O'Donnell, Texas, seeking new opportunities after financial struggles during the Great Depression. Dan's father, Oral Schenk Blocker, had been a farmer but faced many hardships during the economic downturn. The move to O'Donnell marked a new chapter for the Blocker family. O'Donnell was a small, tight-knit community, and though it was modest in size, it would come to play a significant role in Dan's upbringing and identity. The experience of living in O'Donnell, surrounded by cotton fields and ranches, helped shape Dan's understanding of hard work, community, and family. The values instilled in him during these formative years would later influence his career and personal life. The close relationships he formed in this small town provided a strong foundation that he carried with him throughout his life. The lessons learned in O'Donnell about perseverance and the importance of community would resonate deeply in his future endeavors. O'Donnell, Texas, was a small farming and ranching community primarily known for its cotton warehouses and agricultural roots. With a population of just over 1,000 people, it was the kind of place where everyone knew each other, and life moved at a slower, more deliberate pace. For Dan Blocker, O'Donnell was where he spent much of his formative years. Growing up in this tight-knit environment, he experienced the values of hard work and community support. The town's rural charm and strong community ties had a lasting impact on Dan, shaping his character and work ethic. He often recalled the simple pleasures of life in O'Donnell, from the vast fields to the close relationships he formed with neighbors. Even after he found fame in Hollywood, the people of O'Donnell continued to view him as one of their own. They took pride in his achievements and celebrated his success, knowing he had never forgotten where he came from. Dan Blocker remained a beloved figure in O'Donnell, embodying the spirit of the town throughout his life. Oral Schenk Blocker was a determined man who opened a grocery store in O'Donnell during tough financial times. This store became the heart of the Blocker family's life, where they worked together and built a strong community presence. Dan Blocker, known for his impressive size even as a child, often helped out at the store. He carried groceries and feed for customers, learning the value of hard work and responsibility from a young age. The townspeople remembered him as an overgrown boy, larger than his peers, which made him stand out. His size was not just physical, it also shaped his character and interactions with others. Working in the grocery store taught Dan important lessons about service and dedication. He developed a strong work ethic that would serve him well in his later career as an actor. The experiences he gained while helping his father laid a foundation for his future, influencing his approach to life and work. The grocery store was more than just a business. It was a place where Dan learned about community, family, and the importance of supporting one another. Growing up in O'Donnell, Dan's immense size made him stand out among his peers. His large frame and strength were evident from a young age, and he often engaged in wrestling matches in the streets with other boys. Dan's ability to take on two opponents at once showcased his overwhelming strength and athleticism. This physicality was not merely a local legend. It followed him into college, where he competed in both boxing and wrestling. These sports were a perfect fit for his formidable stature, allowing him to channel his energy and skills in a competitive environment. Despite his impressive size and the rough image he portrayed in sports and on screen, Dan was known for his gentle and kind-hearted nature. This contrast made him a unique figure, as he balanced his physical prowess with a warm personality. His athletic abilities not only set him apart from others, but also helped him earn a scholarship and gain recognition in college sports, further solidifying his legacy as an athlete. Living behind the grocery store shaped much of Dan Blocker's early life. The Blocker family lived in modest conditions, making their home in the small space at the back of the grocery store run by Schenk Blocker, Dan's father. This unique living arrangement provided a close-knit environment where Dan spent his childhood. While his parents worked hard selling groceries to the townsfolk, Dan was a large and energetic boy who loved to play outside. His playful spirit and larger-than-life personality made him a beloved figure in the community. As he grew, Dan's experiences in this humble setting influenced his character and future career. Years later, the town of O'Donnell honored him with a monument featuring a life-size bust of his head adorned with his famous Bonanza hat. This tribute stands as a testament to the deep respect and admiration the community holds for Dan, reminding everyone of the joy he brought to their lives and the roots he never forgot. Dan Blocker was not only a large presence on screen, but also a man of considerable intellect. He earned a master's degree, showcasing his dedication to education. Before he became a well-known actor, he spent time teaching grammar and high school in Texas, where he shared his knowledge with students. His passion for learning did not fade as he transitioned into acting. In fact, he had plans to pursue a PhD at UCLA, reflecting his commitment to furthering his education. However, as his fame grew in Hollywood, these academic ambitions were put on hold. Despite not completing his doctorate, Dan was known among his peers as one of the most educated individuals on the set of Bonanza. This aspect of his life often surprised those who only saw him as the rugged cowboy Hoss Cartwright. His intelligence and background added depth to his character and made him a respected figure in the industry. Dan Blocker's journey illustrates the balance between pursuing one's passions and the unexpected turns life can take. As Dan Blocker's fame grew through his role on Bonanza, the people of O'Donnell couldn't help but feel a deep sense of pride in their hometown hero. The small town, with its close-knit community, celebrated his achievements as if they were their own. Even though many residents did not have televisions at home, they would gather together in living rooms or community spaces to watch Bonanzas whenever it aired. This shared experience brought the town together, creating a bond among the residents as they cheered for Dan, who had become a household name. Dan was more than just a celebrity to the people of O'Donnell. He was a symbol of what someone from a humble background could achieve. His journey from a small town to the bright lights of Hollywood inspired many. Despite his success, Dan never forgot his roots. He remained deeply respected by those who had known him from his earliest days, often returning to visit and support his hometown. His story resonated with the values of hard work and perseverance, making him a lasting figure of pride for the community. As Dan's Hollywood career blossomed, he felt a strong desire to have his parents nearby. This longing led him to bring them to California, where he hoped to share his success and experiences with them. The move marked a significant change for the Blocker family as they left their Texas roots behind. Unfortunately, the time they spent together in California was short-lived. Dan's father, Shank, passed away just 6 months after the move. This loss was particularly hard for Dan, who had envisioned a longer period of joy and celebration with his father in his new life. Despite the bittersweet nature of their time together, Dan remained committed to his family. He ensured that his mother was well cared for, providing for her needs even after his own passing. The move to California not only represented a new chapter in Dan's life, but also highlighted the enduring bond he had with his family, especially with the memories of their life back in Texas. The connection to their roots remained strong, even as they adapted to their new surroundings. While attending college, Dan Blocker met Dolphia Parker, who would become his beloved wife. Their marriage was filled with love and support, creating a strong bond that lasted throughout their lives together. After Dan's untimely passing, Dolphia chose to honor his memory by living a life that reflected their shared values. Known affectionately as Dolph, she preferred to keep a low profile, stepping away from the public eye to focus on her family and the legacy they built together. In 2008, a special commemoration was held in O'Donnell, where Dan had roots. During this event, Dolphia took the opportunity to express her heartfelt gratitude to the community of O'Donnell, La Mesa, and Texas for their efforts in keeping Dan's memory alive. Her letter resonated with many, showcasing her deep appreciation for the love and support they provided. Despite the heartache of losing her husband, Dolphia remained dedicated to preserving Dan's legacy, ensuring that their children and fans would always remember the man he was and the impact he had on their lives. Dan and Dolphia Blocker raised 4 children, including twin daughters. Their sons, David and Dirk, chose to follow their father's path into the entertainment industry. Dirk became an actor, taking on roles in various television shows and films, showcasing his talent and passion for performing. David, on the other hand, took a different route by becoming a producer, contributing to the behind-the-scenes aspects of film and television. The Blocker children exemplified Dan's enduring influence, not only in acting but also in their dedication to upholding the family name in Hollywood. They carried forward the values and lessons their father imparted, ensuring that his legacy would continue to resonate in the industry. Their commitment to their careers reflects the strong foundation Dan and Dolphia provided, highlighting the importance of family and the pursuit of one's passions. The Blocker children serve as a reminder of Dan's impact, both as a beloved actor and as a devoted father, shaping the next generation in the world of entertainment. Dan's death in 1972 came as a shock to both his family and fans. What was supposed to be a routine gallbladder surgery turned tragic when complications arose. After spending 12 days in the hospital, Dan was released and appeared to be recovering well. However, just a day after his release, he began experiencing severe chest pain and had difficulty breathing. Despite being rushed to the hospital, Dan suffered a heart attack and passed away on May 13, 1972. His unexpected passing left a deep void in the entertainment world, as he was beloved for his role in the popular television series Bonanza. His body was returned to DeKalb, Texas, where he was buried alongside his family at the Woodman Cemetery. The community mourned the loss of a man who had become a part of their lives through his work. His death marked the end of an era, but his memory would live on in the hearts of his fans, who cherished the characters he portrayed and the joy he brought to their screens. Mary Blocker's passing in 1998 marked a poignant moment for the Blocker family and the community of DeKalb, Texas. She was the mother of Dan Blocker, a beloved actor known for his role as Hoss Cartwright on the television series Bonanza. Her death came more than 2 decades after Dan's own passing, which left a significant void in the lives of those who loved him. Following her death, Mary was laid to rest in the Woodman Cemetery, alongside her son and other family members. This cemetery became a sacred place for fans of Dan Blocker, who traveled to DeKalb to pay their respects. The Blocker family plot turned into a pilgrimage site, where admirers of Dan's work gathered to honor his memory and the legacy of his family. The connection between the Blockers and DeKalb remained strong, even after Mary's death, as the family's history continued to resonate within the town. The impact of their lives and contributions to the community is still felt today, ensuring that their story lives on in the hearts of many. The tombstone of Dan Blocker carries the initials B. Dan Blocker, where the B stands for Bobby, his full name. This simple and unadorned marker reflects the modest and down-to-earth nature of the Blocker family. Despite achieving fame and success in Hollywood, Dan never fully embraced the glitz and glamour that often accompanies such a career. He was known for his genuine personality and preferred a life that was more about family and friends than the spotlight. The Blocker family shared this sentiment, choosing to keep their lives private and away from the public eye. They valued humility and privacy over the attention that fame can bring. This choice was evident in the way they arranged Dan's burial and funeral, opting for a low-key ceremony that aligned with their preference for a quiet, unassuming life. This decision stands as a testament to their values, showing that even in death, they honored the simplicity and authenticity that defined Dan's life. Dan Blocker's death at the age of 43 was unexpected and deeply felt by both his family and his fans. What should have been a simple and routine gallbladder surgery turned into a tragedy when complications arose. Dan was known for his role as Hoss Cartwright on the popular television show Bonanza. His character was beloved for being affable and kind-hearted, traits that resonated with viewers. The suddenness of his passing left a significant void in the entertainment world, particularly among fans who had grown to love him over the years. Many people admired Dan not just for his acting talent, but also for his warm personality and genuine nature. His death served as a stark reminder of how fragile life can be, even for someone as seemingly larger than life as Dan Blocker. The news of his death shocked the public, and many mourned the loss of a beloved actor and human being. The impact of his absence is still felt today, as his contributions to television and film continue to be celebrated. In keeping with the Blocker family's humble nature, Dan's funeral was a small, intimate affair, attended only by close family and friends. The family chose to honor Dan in a way that reflected his values and character. There was no grand Hollywood spectacle, no media coverage, and no public display of mourning. Instead, the Blockers preferred to grieve in private, away from the spotlight that had shone so brightly on Dan during his career. This choice highlighted their desire for a personal farewell, one that was free from the distractions of fame. The simplicity of the funeral was a true reflection of the way Dan had lived his life, modest, grounded, and focused on the things that truly mattered: family, friends, and community. Those who attended shared stories and memories, celebrating the man behind the roles he played. Though the world lost a great talent, Dan's legacy would continue through the memories of those who knew and loved him. The impact he made on their lives would be cherished forever. As we reflect on the life of Dan Blocker, it becomes clear that his journey from O'Donnell, Texas, to becoming Hoss Cartwright was not just about fame, but also about the values he carried from his upbringing. His strong work ethic and deep sense of community shaped him into a person who resonated with many. The warmth and kindness he portrayed on screen were a true reflection of his character off-screen. Blocker's ability to connect with audiences stemmed from his genuine nature, making him a beloved figure in American television history. His role in Bonanza allowed him to showcase not only his acting talent, but also the importance of family and friendship, themes that continue to resonate today. The impact of his work goes beyond entertainment. It serves as a reminder of the simple yet profound values that define us. Dan Blocker's legacy lives on, reminding us of the charm of his Texas roots and the lasting impression he left on the hearts of many.